Greetings, fam. This is Ron Wills about that business. The booming beard economy. Now, here's the thing. There are many people who got doom and gloom about the economy, and they worried about an economic crash and all of that. And I respect what they're saying. They spitting some truth, right? But knowing what I know, I'm not worried about stuff, because if something is going down, that means something going up. If the economy is crashing or anything now, that's because the value system and the demands of the people have changed. But that means other stuff comes up. Case in point, beards. And this is something even magazines like Fortune magazine, Forbes, major market watchers. I mean, you have people, businesses whose sole purpose is to look for trends, and they will charge several thousands of dollars to sell this to businesses who want to know who to market to. And one of the things coming up is the whole beard thing. And I'm just like, wow, it's incredible. I mean, it's really incredible. You're talking something that didn't exist, or at best might have been like some hipster thing or something maybe 5 years ago. Definitely 10 years ago. But just making money off of beards, it's becoming a big thing. I mean, it's a part of the overall male grooming market, which I think I saw something. It's projected to be about $42 billion this year, which is a lot. And of course, that includes more than beards and everything. But for this video, I'm just focusing on the beards, because I remember I was at a natural hair care expo back in April. And, I'm walking through, and there were maybe several vendors there who were marketing products based on beards. And I mean, not just cutting the beard, but, oils and stuff for the beard, to groom the beard. That's one thing. And which is big. You have to cut it. They have, I'm that person. I mean, for whatever beard I can grow, I just use regular clippers to cut it. But they've developed special clippers just to groom the beard. And of course, you got the oils and everything, and then people getting that beard cut like and styled and edged and stuff, like, people get their hair styled and edged. Right? That's something there. But then here's what's interesting. You have it so that you're getting clothes based on it. Like when I went to this expo, you had people selling t-shirts and stuff. And it's typically an image of facial, of a man, and then, have a beard on it. And then, people have the sayings and everything as like, like something like, look at my eyes and at my beard. It's like, different t-shirts. And I'm like, wow. And this thing is creating business. And I wanted to talk about this for two reasons. First reason is just to look at it as a perfect example of how a value system can create an economy, can create businesses, because it's all about supply and demand. Now, you have more men who are letting their beards grow out, right? As a result, they are demanding stuff to groom those beards, to take care of that, even the clothing to wear with those beards, right? You creating something, and then it's a certain mentality, which it says something. It's making a statement in some cases and everything. And that creates, you can have businesses to develop to speak to that, which leads to the second point, right? Opportunities. Remember, you got a growing population. See, if you want a business, the most important thing for a business is having a community of people that business serves. See, ultimately, any business actually serves people. It supplies a demand. Now, think about it. People wearing beards, and it's like there are so many opportunities with that. I mean, we already see it with the clipper, especially made to cut beards, beard oils. Somebody might even come up with beard jewelry if they haven't already. Somebody probably will. So you getting all of this stuff, but then it's clothes to wear with a beard, right? It may be even somebody might say, well, you know what, you need to wear this clothing style with this beard, or here's a certain type of shirt that like fits well with a beard, right? Here's a hat to wear with a beard, and usually those hats or clothes or whatever has some theme speaking to it, right? You could have somebody say, I'm gonna put on an event, and we're going to have fashion models, bearded fashion models and stuff, who are going to be able to walk down. They got their beards, they got these clothes that appeal to these men, and you can have them walk down the aisle. That creates an opportunity for event organizers. It creates an opportunity for the places where those events are held. You could have somebody say, well, you know what, food gets in that beard and stuff, so here's a special wash to clean that beard, right? And I'm just like, wow, it's like more and more, it's you could have, like, say, you could, like, someone could create maybe a dating service or a dating app or something like that just for bearded men, for women who like bearded men. Because, we know why some women might like a bearded man, especially down there. But that could shoot. You create everything because it's all about the lifestyle. See, ultimately, businesses really are created based off of lifestyles. And I'm looking at that beard. I'm like, wow, this is something. Like, imagine it gets to the point somebody could open up a little store in a mall, that beard place. Yeah, I'm throwing it out there for anybody who want to do it. Like I said, I'll throw out stuff because I can't do everything. But maybe somebody who's really into the maintenance of beards, the look, really has a passion for all of that, they could create start with a kiosk at a mall or something. And they can have products just for bearded men. And the beauty of it is not, even though I have just black men in the thumbnail, you could have, that appeals to men across the world. I mean, you still have some cultures where it's important for a man to be bearded. And it's something to get in on. It is something to get in on because the thing that would really, like with any style or trend or anything, as long as people are allowed to wear that in their work environment, then that's the key. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm giving y'all some straight out knowledge here. If a person can wear or express their lifestyle on a job, like with beards and everything, that's what makes it stick. Because usually when men were shaving their head, their beards and everything, it was really just to fit in corporate environments. But as it is now, with corporate environments becoming more liberal, especially they're allowing beards, they're allowing tattoos, and tattoos, that's a whole other video. I remember, just as an aside, I remember when I thought about getting a tattoo back in like the late 80s when nobody else was getting them. I would have had to find some back alley biker or something to get it. Now it's like mainstream. Like one dude told me, he used the term as ubiquitous as in a neighborhood. He said he was talking about a black neighborhood. He said you got the barber shop, the liquor store, and the tattoo parlor. It's like, man. So, I mean, this beard thing, I mean, that could, Man, you get guys barbers who can start specializing in beards. They actually create their business, because a lot of barbers just cut hair, and yeah, they can cut beards, but now you got barbers, that increases their bottom line, right? I mean, there's just so much there. And it really is an example of why I'm personally not worried about the future. Something will come up. Something will come up. I guarantee it. As people's lifestyles change, as needs change, you got to adjust to it. I mean, if people say something like this, and this is an aside, I'll probably do another video on it. Shout out to my girl Nibby, because I know she's a minimalist. If that were to take hold, and of course that would affect the economy initially, but then people would adapt to it, and maybe they would have to have create products that are longer lasting, since people ain't buying as much of it, and may have to be more expensive, or better clothing that would last longer and stuff, because people ain't gonna just buy it like that. Everything creates something else. As long as human beings have needs, desires, lifestyle choices, there's always a business. And the beard economy is an example of it. So anyway, something for y'all to think about. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Let's go make that money.